and one in the conference, and they are at Declo tomorrow. And next week they will be at Malad. The next Friday will be senior night as Aberdeen Tigers will be in town. The conference for the boys is about a minute away from the start of the junior varsity game. Conference is Declo 4-0, 13-0 on the season. Malad is 3-1, 11-3 on the season. Aberdeen is 1-1, 3-11 on the season. Wendell is 0-2, Soda is 0-2, and Malad is 0-2. Wendell is 7-4 on the season. Soda is 5-8, and Malad is 5-9. I'll just have to pick up the starters as they bring them out. Got a Diet Pepsi behind here somewhere. Last week, I usually get a sandwich from Maverick to eat after the games. Watch a little TV and reruns of. I record Gutfeld. I love Gutfeld. But that sandwich was it Friday? That was rock hard. It was -4 on my truck when I started it up last Friday, and I left that sandwich on the seat so I didn't have to bring it inside. I brought the sandwich inside tonight. There's the buzzer. Put 8 minutes on the clock. With my neuropathy, I can barely get the lid off that. I'm a Diet Pepsi guy. We're ready to go as Miller at 6'7" will do the jumping. I'll have to pick up the Malad kids as we go. Landon Martinson is out there along with Harrison for Soda. Tap comes in. Miller was out, jumped, and the rebound tap comes to Martinson for Malad. Taken away by Maldenhauer. Maldenhauer over in the corner, back up top. It goes to Peterson. Peterson, right wing, bad passes picked off. And that's a technical foul. Shot up by Malad is no good. As number 12, Nulver, for Malad, has a green shoe and an orange shoe. It comes outside to Pete. Pete will work up top between the circles. Goes over to Harrison, back up top to Peterson, over to Maldenhauer. Maldenhauer down in the corner to Harrison, goes to Peterson. Peterson drives down the right side, put the shot up, and it was raked away. Soda got it back. Harrison put the shot up, won't drop, but he was fouled. Harrison's a strong kid. Of course, he was the quarterback of the football team. I thought he should have been the fullback. Pretty good quarterback. He can really throw it. Rebound. Karam's off the back of the basket. Caden Harrison will get one more. Need to put a little air under that. That one's kind of flat, and that one misses. Rebound comes down to Smith. 3-point shot is up and splash. Martinson hits the three, and Malad leads 3-0. Maldenhauer into the forecourt, and they threw it behind Harrison down along the baseline, and this is kind of the way the C team started. Malad will bring the ball into the forecourt. They'll get it to Smith. Smith will leave it outside to Willie. Willie straight away to Tubbs. 3-point shot is up, no good. Malad beat him to the rebound, but they said it was on the baseline. And it'll be Soda's ball. 3-point shot by Brecht Martinson. Malad leads 3-0. Maldenhauer over to Peterson, trying to avoid the midcourt trap. Peterson is double teamed. And I think they're going to call a foul. And that might against Ruger Smith. That's his first. Soto will have the ball on the side. Ball comes in from Peterson to Moldenhauer. They'll get it to Martinson. Martinson to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer mid-blocks. Miller down with the rebound. And I think they're going to call a jump ball, and the alternate possession belongs to Soda. He needs to keep his hands up high. He's 6'7". It should be a layup for him. That's a bad pass. Goes through Moldenhauer's hands. Comes down to Nalder. Nalder takes it the distance and lays it in. Into the forecourt is Colton Peterson. He'll leave it for Martinson. Shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Malad. It is Willie. Shot is up from the side by Willie, and that's good. Malad leads it 7-0. That's the way the C team started. No look pass over to Peterson from Moldenhauer. Ball is knocked away, and Martinson comes back with it. He'll leave it for Colton Peterson. Peterson working up top between the circles. Another thing they never call it anymore. I've seen them call it once this year. Is 3 seconds in the paint. Yeah, the shot is up and good. A 3-point shot by Colton Peterson. 7-3, 4-point lead for the Dragons. Into the forecourt, a little hook shot is no good by Martinson. Malad's Martinson, and he was fouled. Going to be fouled by Landon Martinson. So Martinson on Martinson. And Brex Martinson will go to the free throw line. High arcing shot is good. He'll get one more. At the foul line, you got to put some air under that. And you see some kids, I've seen the girls almost bounce it off the ceiling. Second shot is no good. Harrison with the rebound. We'll leave it for Martinson. Martinson over to Miller. Miller back to Harrison to Peterson. He'll back it out and set the offense to Moldenhauer. On the left angle, Landon will bring it back up top to Harrison. Goes into Miller. Miller is double teamed. And a nice shot up by Miller. He scores. 6'7", Logan Miller makes it 8-5. 3-point lead for the Dragons. Willie into the forecourt, over to the left angle. There's a pick by Nalder. Miller or Willie puts a shot up, and Martinson for Soda down with the rebound up to Harrison, across to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer drives to the left angle and bring it back outside to Peterson. Peterson back to Landon Moldenhauer on the wing. Up top to Martinson. Underneath to Miller. Miller puts a shot up, and I think he was fouled again. And I think that was against Smith. I got to wait for him to post it. That would be his second foul. And they say Miller was shooting. I may have called that before the shot. Miller, free throw up, rims out, no good. And they've still got Willie with the foul. Miller with one more. Logan Miller, 6'7", junior. This is only like his second or third year. Miller got the rebound, put it up, and it was knocked out of his hands. Checking in is Randy Stevens. Also checking in is Caleb Hansen. Checking out is Moldenhauer and Miller. Soto ball along the baseline. Lob comes into Martinson. Martinson lost the handle on it, and we've got a whistle. Soto's only committed one foul. This would be the fourth foul, I believe, against Malad. And that one goes against Martinson. That's his second. That's my phone. You can hear. Checking in for Malad is Ethan Horsling. Lob comes out to Peterson, down into the corner. back outside. It went from Stevens back outside to Peterson. Ball is knocked away. Peterson collects it inside to Harrison. Harrison off the glass scores. And it's 8-7. 1 point lead for the Dragons. 3-point shot is up. No good. Malad with the rebound. Soda a little flat-footed on the rebounds. Caleb Hansen comes down with it. And they're going to call a jump ball. Not sure about that one. And the alternate possession will belong to Malad. It'll be Kyson Willie, 5'7" sophomore, to inbound the ball. He'll be fronted by Colton Peterson. Ball comes in. There's about a 23-footer. And Martinson down with the rebound. He just rips it down. Goes over to Harrison. Harrison up top. Over to Stevens. Comes into Martinson. Martinson, a 15-footer along the baseline. That missed everything. Rebound down to Malad. Lead pass comes down to Willie. 3-point shot is up. No good. Harrison for Soda. Down with the rebound. He'll leave it for Randy Stevens. He'll bring it into the forecourt. Leave it for Colton Peterson. Peterson outside between the circles. Over to the right side to Stevens on the angle. Stevens up top. Peterson 3-point shot. Rims out, no good. Down with the rebound is Horsley. Ball is taken away. Harrison missed it. Got his own rebound. Comes back to Peterson. Peterson, a 360 on the left elbow. Puts his shot up. And Willie for Malad down with the rebound. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Malad leads by 1. They have the basketball. As the ball goes over to Nalder. Nalder stops on the right elbow. Back outside to Willie. And the ball almost taken away by Hansen. It's collected by Nalder. Shot from the corner, and we've got a whistle. Might have been against Peterson. When I say the elbow, if you're not sure what that is, right across where the foul line goes across the top of the paint, and then the line goes down. That's the elbow. When you got a right one and a left one. 3-point shot is up and good by Horsley. That's Ethan Horsley for Malad. Moldenhauer back into the ball game. Stevens over the head of Martinson, knocked out of bounds, and it belongs to Malad. Dragons up by 4, 11-7, a minute 41 to go in the first quarter. Hansen on Willie. Willie, a bounce pass to the right angle as that goes to Smith. Smith, good pass underneath. They miss the layup, but Malad comes down with the rebound. Shot is up and good. 3-point shot by Willie. Horsley will bring it into the floor, or make it Moldenhauer. How could I miss those green shoes? Moldenhauer's cut off. Tough man defense. High post to Harrison. Moldenhauer on the left angle. Drives to the free throw line. Over the right side to Stevens. Back to Moldenhauer. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 50 on the game clock. As leaning in is Caleb Hansen for the shot. And he was fouled. I think they're going to say that was on Ethan Horsley. Now we'll put Hansen at the free throw line. Soda 0 for 4 from the free throw line. 0 for 5 from the free throw line. C-team didn't shoot well either. Soda, it's been a long time since they've been back in their own gym. I was going to tell them second free throw is good. It's the orange thing. Miller checks back in for Harrison. Yeah, the orange thing with that rope that kind of hangs down. It says Cardinals on both ends. Ball comes over to Smith. They've been on the road for a long time. Had a home game the other night. Moldenhauer picks up the ball that was knocked away, gets the ball over to Martinson. Martinson across back to Moldenhauer up between the circles, behind the back dribble over to Stevens. Stevens straight away. Shot clock is off. Moldenhauer, 3-point shot. That's off the heel of the basket. Miller comes up with it. Martinson from the corner missed everything. 7-14, a 7-point lead, and we've got a foul underneath against Milan. I'm going to have to wait for him to post it, and that's going to go against Worsley. And I believe it's Martinson at the free throw line. Shot is up and good. You get one more. Checking in for Malad is Holden Tubbs. 14-8. Martinson for one more. 6-foot sophomore. Second one rattles in. Got them both. 10 seconds. Malad with the basketball as Willie comes into the forecourt, gets the ball to Smith, goes over to the left angle. Willie, a one-handed shot, and that's the buzzer. So at the end of one quarter, the Dragons lead it by 5. It is 14-9. Not as bad of start as the C team had. Now they put 10 up on the board. Let me count my stuff. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 10. So the Dragons outscored Soto by 4 in that first quarter. That's why you keep a book. 14-10. It'll be Soto's ball to begin the second quarter. I think you give Landon Miller another summer and just work on his hands and his footwork. He is really going to be tough next year. Doing okay this year, but he needs to learn how to knock people around at 6'7". 14-10. This is only like his third year that he's ever played basketball, so he's still learning. Soto ball. And I think Smith, he's one that's not on the JV roster. Oh, Smith is in. Carter Smith is in. One of her brothers. Ball comes in the backcourt to Peterson. Over the left side to Finlayson, who starts the second quarter. To Moldenhauer. Back to Finlayson. To Moldenhauer. 3-point shot. Moldenhauer hits the 3, and it's 14-13. Lead pass from Smith. Ball comes back to Ruger Smith. Goes over the left side to Oak Smith. To Tubbs. Tubbs over to Nalder. Back up top to Oak Smith. Oak Smith guarded by Moldenhauer. Goes over to the right side to Nalder. Knocked away by Finland's. Mason's blonde hair is disappearing. I thought he was a natural blonde. Bounce pass comes into Tubbs. Smith leans in. No good. Rebound. Comes down to Martinson to Peterson. Peterson to Moldenhauer. 3-point shot by Moldenhauer off the heel of the basket. Finlayson goes up over the top. Tried to lob it in to Miller. And it was just a bad pass. Kicked away by Moldenhauer. Soto behind by 1, just underway. A minute gone in the second quarter. And again, the way you do the rotation, some of these kids are allowed 6 quarters. That's why they don't start, because they want them save a few quarters for varsity. That's why Mason probably didn't start. 18-foot shot is no good. Peterson up with the rebound for Soto. Cards can take the lead. 14-13 over to the right side to Martinson. And bad pass by Martins, and it was intended for Miller. Outside on the angle is Nalder. Timeout. Malad. Set to check in is Kyson Willie. 14-13, 6:23 to go in the second quarter. I forgot to look at the clock. I probably haven't mentioned this. I just hate it when they put the time up there for the timeouts. I haven't mentioned that before. I hate that. Put the game time up there. 10 seconds. Nobody cares. 6 seconds. Coaches know how much time's left, and then the referees will tell them. 6:23 to go in the first half. Soda behind by 1. Malad basketball with a 1-point lead. Willie will go across the way. Forgot to. Well, Oak Smith wasn't on the roster. And I gotta see. He's a 5'9" freshman. Ball goes over to Smith. Back up top to Ruger Smith. Ruger Smith between the rings. Over to Oak Smith on the angle. Back up top to Tubbs. Goes back outside to Willie. Willie across to Ruger Smith. Oak Smith. Ruger Smith. 3-point shot. Got it! There's no hand in the face. You gotta take that line away from him. Midcourt trap by Malad. Soda breaks it. Goes to Martinson. A bad pass underneath intended for Finlandson is taken away. 17-13. 4-point lead as it goes to Willie on the right angle. He brings it back up top. Leaves it for Oak Smith. Shot blocked by Moldenhauer. But Willie comes down with it. Willie driving on Moldenhauer. Goes in and Moldenhauer blocks his shot. He drove in and he was open off the right side. Landon just put the roof on him. Knocks it out of bounds. Miller checks out. And Browning checks in for Soda. Ball comes outside to Oak Smith to Willie. Willie down on the right side goes right through the hands of Ruger Smith and out of bounds. It'll be Soda's ball down in the right corner. Cards behind by 4 as it comes into Moldenhauer. Breaks that midcourt trap. Bounce pass to Martinson and he traveled. Got tangled up with one of the Malad defenders, and that was good defense by Malad. Caused him to take an extra step. Man defense as Ruger Smith. A bounce pass down in the corner to Carter Smith. 3 Smiths on this Malad JV team. Comes outside to Tubbs. Back to Smith. Carter Smith. Back to Willie. Willie drives through the paint across the top. Goes over to Oak Smith. Oak Smith. Good ball movement by Malad. Good motion offense. And I think they're going to get a reach in by Finlandson. And that is a foul on Mason. First foul in the second quarter by Soda. 17-13, 4:36 to go until halftime as Ruger Smith gets it into Kyson Willie. Goes outside to Oak Smith. Ruger Smith leans in. That tough look shot off the glass. And the rebound down to Peterson. Peterson to Stevens. Down to Browning. Ooh, that one tried through Peterson's hands. He got it back. Peterson between the circles over to Moldenhauer. Gets it to Browning. Browning turns and that missed by 2 feet. And they call a foul. And call it on Stevens. Second foul on Soda. 4 minutes to go until halftime as Willie walks it across the timeline, works to the right wing. Working against Moldenhauer, goes up to Oak Smith. And Carter Smith hit the deck. They're going to call a foul against Soda. And that one's going to go against Stevens. Stevens, he was a great slot back for Soda. No, they called it against Colton Peterson. That's his second. Third foul on Soda. Malad doesn't have any. Ethan Horsley for Malad was going to check in and went back to the bench. Bounce pass from Ruger Smith into Oak Smith. They had three Smiths on the floor. Waldenhauer just about got the pick, and he said it went off from Willie. And the officials from long distance, now they're going to talk to each other. They say it went off of Malad. So they don't know what's going on. They're going to call a jump ball. That's what you do as a zebra when you don't know what's going on. The possession belongs to Malad. Ball comes in from Willie to Oak Smith. Goes to the corner. Good backdoor to Smith. And Carter Smith puts it up, and he was fouled. Might have been Stevens. That's his second. Fourth foul against Soda. Carter Smith will go to the free throw line for two. He can extend it to a 6-point lead. Shot up by Smith. Tickles the twine. He'll get one more. Miller checks back in for Stevens. 18-13. 5-point lead. 3:39 to go until halftime. Carter Smith for one more. That one's off the heel of the basket. Browning down with the rebound. Browning will push it up the floor into the forecourt. Goes to Moldenhauer on the right angle. Moldenhauer across to Finlayson. Finlayson between the rings. Drives into the paint. Then to Miller. Drops it up and in. Really nice pass. Good job by Logan, and that's 5 points for Miller. 18-15, 3-point lead. There's a drive by Smith. That's off the glass. Rebound is down to Browning. Browning into the forecourt. Almost lost control. Gets it back to Finlayson to Peterson. Peterson on the left angle. Kicks it in the corner to Moldenhauer. Back to Peterson. Peterson up top to Finlayson. Finlayson on the angle over to Browning. Browning at a high post. Kicks it over to Peterson to Finlayson. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Ball knocked away from Finlayson. Got it back. 5 seconds. Browning puts a shot up. About a 17-footer off the right side. That's no good. Malad down with the rebound. Driving in. Shot was blocked by Browning as Brex Martinson put the shot up. It's out of bounds. Belongs to Malad. Dragons with a 3-point lead, 18-15. They'll have it out along their own baseline. Bounce pass comes into Smith to Willie. Back up top, they work it to Martinson, and they'll leave it for Ruger Smith. Ruger Smith between the rings with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Comes across to Nalder, who's checked back in. To Martinson. 3-point shot up by Smith. He missed everything, and it was saved by Malad, but saved right to Browning. Browning, bad pass. Too much mustard on that one. Just throw it up where the big guy can get it and take it off the glass. You don't need a pass like that. He really fired that to Logan, and there's no way Logan could catch that. It was like Harrison threw it. Ball comes in to Martinson. Brex Martinson for Malad will bring it into the forecourt against Browning. Bounce pass out to Oak Smith. Oak Smith, a bounce pass to Willie. Goes back to Ruger Smith, and he drives all the way in. Nobody cut him off. 5 points for Ruger Smith. 5-point lead for Malad. Finlayson up top to Landon Martinson. To Moldenhauer, Martinson, Finlayson. And that's the right kind of pass to Miller, but it was knocked out of bounds. You're 6'7". You want to put it up in the air where the big guy can take it down. Moldenhauer will inbound the ball. Comes into Finlandson. Finlandson looking inside, still has his dribble. One bounce, no look pass to Moldenhauer, and it goes right out of bounds. Dragons with a 5-point lead and the basketball, a minute 15 to go until halftime. 20-15 into the forecourt. Bounce pass goes to Ruger Smith, and he's tied up by Browning, but they don't call it. Smith puts it up, and Moldenhauer comes down with it. Moldenhauer into the forecourt. Goes to Finlandson. Finlandson fakes, pulls up at the left elbow, back outside to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer on the angle. And again, that was too hard to Landon Martinson, and Millad comes away with it. 40 seconds. Outside is Willie to Oak Smith. Swinging up top is Martinson. Brex Martinson, and he just banks one in. I don't think he called bank. That was a 15-footer, and it's 22-15. Moldenhauer, high post, backdoor to Finlandson, and Finlandson drops it in. Comes to Ruger Smith. Bounce pass to Oak Smith. 8 seconds. Outside. Millad working for the last shot. Oak Smith, a 3-point shot. No good. Down with the rebound is Nogger. And that's the end of the half. At halftime, in the JV game, it is 22-17. A 5-point lead for Millad. Soda put up 7 points in that quarter. Millad put up 8. So Millad outscored them by 4 in the first quarter and outscored them by 1 in the second quarter. And it's a 5-point lead here at halftime, 22-17. Give me a second. I'll end up scoring for you. We'll have one of the Cardettes perform here at halftime. And we'll let you watch that while I add up the score. Well, it's all the Cardettes. We've had single Cardettes performing lately, and now we got all of them. Got 6 of the gals out there, no, 7. I came from a school where there was over 20 of them. And Soda does a great job with the student body that they have. And they've got 6 gals on the Cardettes this year. I think I got it. I'll just let you watch the Cardettes for a minute. Those gals, they don't get a lot of props for as hard as they work, and they totally work as hard as the athletic teams. That is an athletic team out there. They all go into the splits. The left leg forward. 22-17 here at halftime. And they salute the crowd across the way. Nice job by the Cardettes. It's good to see them all out there. And of course, we appreciate the gals that have done dance routines by themselves in the last 2 or 3 games. And we got all the Cardettes out there tonight. That's kind of fun. Let's run the scoring for you as I have it. Ruger Smith, 5'8" junior, has 5 points, a 3 and a 2. Holden Tubbs played, 5'8" junior, and he did not score. Brex Martinson has 6 points. He's a 5'9" sophomore. He has a 3, a 2, and is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Carter Smith has 1 point. He's a 5'11" sophomore. 3 Smiths. In fact, they were all in there at one time. Carter, 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Nalder, I got him for no points, and he's actually got 2. Hit a bucket in the first quarter. 3 points for Ethan Horsley. Hit a 3 in the first quarter. And 5 points for Kyson Willie. Hit a 3 and a 2. And Oak Smith played and did not score. Dragons hit on 2 of 4 from the free throw line, committed 6 personal fouls. For Soda, Colton Peterson hit a 3. Colton is a 5'9" sophomore, so he has 3 points. Landon Martinson, a 6-foot sophomore, was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Caden Harrison hit a bucket in the first quarter for 2. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Micaiah Browning, 5'10" sophomore, got in, did not score. Landon Moldenhauer hit a 3 for 3 points. Landon's a 5'10" sophomore. Randy Stevens, a 5'9" junior, played and did not score. Logan Miller, a 6'7" junior, has 5 points, has 2 twos, and is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Caleb Hansen played and did not score. And Mason Finlayson, 5'10" junior, hit a basket for 2 points. Soda hit on 3 of 8 from the free throw line, committed 6 personal fouls. At the end of the first quarter, Dragons led it by 4 as they outscored Soda 14-10. In the second quarter, Dragons outscored Soda by 1, and the halftime score is 22-17. Got about 4 minutes until the second half. Once again, West Side, the Pirates, will be here Friday. So everybody come out because West Side's a good team. We got beat down in Dayton, and we'll see if we can return the favor next Friday. Aberdeen, let's see, that's a conference game. We got Grace on Tuesday at Soda, and then we'll be at Aberdeen, a conference game, on Thursday. Wendell will be at Soda on Wednesday, February 5th. Then Malad will be at Malad on February 7th. That's a Friday. And then it'll be senior night on Tuesday, February 11th. And that'll be the Aberdeen Tigers here. Girls, they are at Declo tomorrow. They are second in the conference. And then they've got Malad at Malad next Wednesday. And that's a good Malad team. It's kind of like the boys' Decla team where everybody in the conference trying to figure out how to get points on the board against the Malad girls and the Decla boys. Girls will be home next Friday, and it'll be senior night against the Aberdeen Tigers. Girls' schedules and the boys' schedules kind of the same. The conference, Malad comes in 0-2. They're 5-9 um, on the season. Soda is 0-2 in the conference and 5-8 overall. Declo leads the conference undefeated, 4-0 in the conference and 13-0 on the season. As we saw the other night, the Hornets, that is a good team. And then West Side, they're 3-1, 11-3 on the season. That's a good Pirate team. They've always got a good team. Aberdeen is 1-1. They're 3-11 on the season. Wendell, Soda, and Malad are all 0-2 in the conference. Trojans are 7-4. Soda is 5-8, and Malad is 5-9. About a minute away from the start of the second half. I'll give you some college stuff as we get going. BYU lost to Utah last Saturday in overtime, 73-72. Both teams kind of struggling in the Big 12. Tough conference. Kansas, Kansas State, Baylor, Texas Tech. They're all really tough in that Big 12. Utah State's got a good season going. They're 16-2. They lost to UNLV the other night down in Vegas by 3. Good Aggie team. 9 seconds left. Malad's already out on the floor. Arrow shows Soda ball to begin the second half. Willie is over there like he's going to take it out of bounds. If officials aren't paying attention, that's a smart move. Arrow shows Soda. Moldenhauer will go over and say, no way, I'm taking it out. Finlandson in the back court, guarded by Martinson. Martinson tightens it up. Moldenhauer has to throw it across to Peterson. Peterson up top between the circles. We're underway in the second half. Peterson to the right angle across to Moldenhauer. About a 24-footer, banks off, no good. Down with the rebound. I've got to pick him up. He's a JV kid. Shot up from the free throw line, and Miller down with the rebound. That is Jones. And write down Jones in my book. Finlandson fakes left, goes right, puts it in the middle, puts it in. He has 7 points. He actually leads the Cardinals in scoring. Willie gets it over the right side to Butler. I got to write him down. A lot of Butlers down in that area. A lot at West Side. Butler drives, ripped away by Peterson. 22-19. Moldenhauer into the forecourt. Pete puts it up mid-blocks and drops it in. It's a 1-point game. 22-21. Minute and a half gone in the third quarter. Jones into the forecourt to Butler. Butler working against Peterson. Gets it to Willie. Willie against Moldenhauer. Cross to Jones. Jones on the left angle. Butler, he had, 13 points? Oh, that's traveling. You can't slide 5 feet along the floor like that. The ball comes back to Willie. Shot is up, and that missed everything. And Peterson down with the rebound. Longly pass to Harrison, and Soda takes the lead. Soda's outscored Malad by 6-0 in this third quarter. I don't know why I do that. I did that again where I put the total scores in the first half in the third quarter. So I got to adjust my book here. The fourth quarter in overtime. Third quarter in the fourth quarter. Are you following me? Probably not. 23-22. Soda has outscored Milan 6-0 in the third quarter. Peterson with a bucket, Harrison with a bucket, and Miller with a bucket. Milan basketball as Willie hustles across. Take the ball out. He'll be fronted by Moldenhauer. Gets it into the backcourt to Martinson. Brex Martinson back to Willie. Willie between the circles. Back over to Martinson. Working against Finlayson. Looking inside. That's cut off. Goes back over to Butler. Butler holds up at the top of the key. Tried to hit the back door to Jones and is taken away by Harrison. Harrison into the forecourt. Working against Tubbs. Peterson backs it out. Soto with the basketball, leading by 1. Gets a pick. Drives in. Tough look shot. Miller had the rebound and it was taken away by Tubbs. Into the forecourt is Butler. Gets it back to Willie. Across over to Jones. Jones straight away. Top of the key. Pick and roll wasn't there to Butler. Willie puts a shot up, missed everything, and Harrison down with a rebound off to Finlayson. Finlayson into the forecourt, over to the Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer will bring it back between the circles. Right-hand dribble, goes down the right side of the paint, puts up the shot at the right elbow, and that goes off the iron, no good. Harrison goes up high to block Jones's pass. And it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Milan right at midcourt, across the way. Comes in from Martinson to Jones. Jones up top between the circles, over to Willie. Willie on the angle, up top to Martinson. Martinson over the right side to Butler. Butler around the arc. Jones a three-point shot. Splash! And Malad takes the lead back, 25-23. Moldenhauer, beautiful pass into Miller, and Miller has 9 points. That was a great pass. Put it up where he could catch it. Banks it off the left side, off the glass. Goes over to Jones, who tied at 25. Ooh, pushed by Harrison. In Utah, that's a foul. Goes back over to Tubbs. Back in the corner to Willie. Willie on the ankle, working against Moldenhauer to Butler. Butler, a freshman, who gets it off. Goes inside. Butler from the corner. Splash! 3-point shot. And it's 28-25. Midcourt trap. Goes from Peterson to Moldenhauer. He's double teamed. Timeout. Soto. Milan up by 3, 28-25. 3:28 to go in the third quarter. Looked like Miller was kind of holding his ribs there. I think he's okay. Maybe just needs a little gas. So the Milan varsity goes in to suit up. 8 seconds in the timeout. Did I ever mention that I hate that? 1 second. 3:28 to go in the third quarter. 28-25. Milan with a 3-point lead. Milan has hit 2 threes. Soto was behind 22-17 at halftime. They have 4 twos. Hansen to inbound the ball. Comes into Stevens in the backcourt. He'll bring it into the forecourt, up top between the rings. Pick and roll to Miller. Wasn't there. Gets it back to Hansen. Hansen in the corner. Lob comes into Miller. Miller puts it up and drops it in. He has 6 points in this quarter. 11 points on the night. If he gets his footwork right, he's unstoppable in there. Martinson is fouled, I believe, by Finlinson. That'd be Finlinson's second foul. The lad ball, it comes into the back court to Martinson. Brex Martinson working against Finlinson. Almost raked away by Stevens. Comes back to Martinson. He drives in. Shot blocked by Miller, but I think he was fouled before that. And we'll just have to wait, and that's going to go against Finlinson. And that's his third. And that's going to put Brex Martinson at the free throw line. Shot is up and rims out. 28-27. Moldenhauer will check in for Finlinson. 1 point lead for the Dragons. Martinson with one more free throw. Shot is up and that one's good. He is 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Stevens over to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer avoids the trap. Bounce pass by Hansen. He is knocked out of bounds. Soda behind by 2 with the basketball. 29-27, 2:36 to go in the third. Moldenhauer's got to get the ball in. Comes into Miller. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Shot was up, and I think Logan was fouled. I might have called that double dribble. Tubbs with a foul. That's his first. Logan will go to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 6'7" junior for Soda. Puts the free throw up too hard off the back of the iron. He'll get one more. He can cut the lead to 1. You got to watch here in the back court. They don't see, I believe that's Jones all by himself back here. Miller's second shot is good. Looks like Soto was actually trusting Logan to put that free throw in because nobody was covering Jones. Martinson to Jones backcourt. Taken away. Taken away by Stevens. Stevens into the forecourt. Holds up at the right elbow. Landon Malden. Banked it in. 3-point shot by Moldenhauer. That's his second 3. And Soda takes a 2-point lead. Ball goes over to the right side to Butler to Jones. Got 1:55 to go in the third quarter. Jones pulls up on the right angle, gets it to Oak Smith. Oak Smith falls down. They call him for the travel. Good call. Willie will check back in for the Dragons, and checking out will be Brex Martinson. What are they calling? Soda goes nuts. I think they said Oak Smith, about an hour later, pushed him down. Going to give the ball. Comes into Jones. Jones, a 3-point shot. That was down and whirled out. Butler with the rebound. Puts it back up and in. We're tied at 31. That was awful. If you're going to call it at the second that it happens. Comes into Miller. Miller, and that was kind of a cheesy call against Oak Smith. That's his first. Soda's ball on the side. Ball comes into the backcourt, and they call backcourt. And I'll tell you why that's backcourt. Landon Moldenhauer caught the ball in the backcourt, but he was in the air, and he jumped from the forecourt to the backcourt. But where the officials are wrong is you can take the ball in the backcourt on a pass. Harrison with the steal, takes it all the way in. So we've got JV Stripes working the game. Jones will come into the forecourt. 33-31 Soda. Minute 4 to go. Oak Smith dumped it inside. Bad pass is picked off by Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer on the right angle drives across the top to Harrison. Well, Miller is hammered by Tubbs, and that's the official that's got a real slow watch. I think they're going to call a foul on Tubbs. I can call him from up here if you need help. Soda's ball, bad pass. Moldenhauer picks it up. That was over the head of Miller. Comes into Smith. Smith puts it off the glass. Miller lost it off his shoulder. Moldenhauer with the steal, and there's a foul on Holder Tubbs. That should be his fourth foul against Malad. Next one will be the bonus for Soda. 39 seconds to go in the third. 33-31. Cards. Harrison to inbound the ball. Comes into Hanson. Hanson back to Stevens. Stevens banks it up and in. Nice pass into Stevens. Jones will bring it into the forecourt between the circles over to the right side to Smith. Back to Willie. Hanson almost had the pick from Butler. Butler throws it in the corner to Jones. Back to Butler. Butler pulls up in the paint. No good. Landon Moldenhauer high for the rebound. He'll push it into the forecourt. 6 seconds. Moldenhauer, 4 seconds. About a 24-footer. That caroms off no good. And that's the buzzer into the third quarter. Soda with a 4-point lead. 35-31. Soda put up 18 points in that quarter. Malad put up 9. So big quarter for Soda as they outscored the Dragons by 9. Soda coaches talking to the Zebras. They're not happy with something. I appreciate good Zebras. I did that for quite a while. And I know it's hard. You're going to miss stuff. Not saying I did. Well, yes, I did. I'm sure I did. But the thing is, an official, you always got to think you did it right. You always got to sell your call. And I learned that as a home plate umpire. Called a lot of fast pitch softball. And you got to sell your call. That's half of it. And you won't get so many complaints from either bench. Soda leads it 35-31. Will begin the final quarter. Malad ball to begin the fourth quarter. Soda will go with Moldenhauer, Peterson, Miller, Martinson, and Harrison. Ball comes into Oak Smith over to Jones on the left angle, back up top to Willie. Willie, reverse dribble on Moldenhauer, puts it back out to Oak Smith, back to Willie in the left corner. Ball goes underneath, beautiful pass to Nalder, and Nalder scores off the glass. Peterson to Moldenhauer to Martinson, back across to Pete. Pete, 3-point shot, went under the basket. Moldenhauer crashes into the bleachers, went skidding along his tummy trying to save that. Ball belongs to Malad. They can tie or take the lead with a 3. 35-33. Goes from Willie to Smith. Over to Nalder. Right wing on the elbow. Back to Nalder. Shows her that was a technical foul on Nalder. He has a green shoe and a pink shoe. Goes to Willie inside. Bad pass. Picked off by Martinson. Peterson up to Harrison. Back to Pete. Pete on the angle. Puts the ball on the floor between the circles. Over to Moldenhauer on the right wing. Moldenhauer brings it between the circles. Harrison. 3-point shot. That was kind of flat. Jones down with the rebound. Lead pass to Smith. Oak Smith puts the shot up and rolls off the rim. And Miller comes down with the rebound to Moldenhauer to Peterson. Goes in the corner. Martinson, a 3-point shot. Got it. 38-33, 5-point lead for the Soda JV. As Jones will bring it in the forecourt. Goes to Smith. Back to Nalder. Goes to Willie on the left angle. Working against Moldenhauer. Across the top over to Jones. Bounce pass to the right wing to Nalder. Back up top to Jones. Drives down the left side of the paint. Good idea. Rebound down to Mulder. Missed the shot. Miller with the rebound for Soda. Goes to Harrison. To Martinson. To Pete. Pete will bring it back up top to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer working against Willie. In a man-to-man, gets a pick from Miller. Still has the dribble. Lock comes back to Miller. Miller goes in with the left hand. Couldn't finish it. 38-33. Soda with the lead. Malad with the basketball. Nalders from the corner. He was inside the yard. The ball knocked out of bounds by Nalder. It's got to be the shoes. Pink shoe and a green shoe. Browning checks in for Miller. 38-35, 3-point lead as the ball comes in to Moldenhauer. Beautiful pass inside to Martinson. Martinson has 5 points in this quarter. 5-point lead for Soda. Timeout, Malad. I got to do a little bookwork here. Jones is a 5'7" freshman. Played a great C game. And Butler is a 5'6" freshman. So they're playing some freshmen on their C team. Butler and Jones and Oak Smith, all freshmen. And they all played really well in the C game. So the C got blown away 50-22. 40-35, a 5-point lead for the Cards. I looked up for the time on the clock, and there's the timeout time. I never told you that was a pet peeve of mine. 10 seconds. I don't know why they do that. Somebody explained it to me. I'll have an argument for you. 5:03, that's what I'm looking for. To go in the ball game, Willie will inbound the ball right in front of us, right at midcourt. Waiting for it is Brex Martinson. Comes into Martinson. Martinson working against Finlayson. Goes over to the right side to Smith. Comes back to Willie. That might have been double dribble there. Goes into the corner. Shot is up. And I don't have him in my book either. Got to be another freshman. That is Ethan Horsley. He's a sophomore. That went off of Martinson out of bounds. In fact, at one time in the C game, we had 3 Horsleys in the ball game. Soda had 2 and Malad had 1. There are Horsleys. Great Horsley on the girls' team. Lob comes in and is picked off by Martinson. Gets it over to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer will leave it for Finlayson. He'll bring it into the forecourt. Soda with a 5-point lead in the basketball, coming down to 4:10 to go. Moldenhauer behind the back dribble will leave it for Peterson. Tough guard there by Horsley. Horsley knocked the ball away, and they call a foul or travel against Martinson. Soda up by 5. Malad with the basketball. As Brex Martinson gets a pick from Horsley. Drives down to the right side. Little reach in there. And again, this is another one of my pet peeves. You let them reach, you let them go over the back, you let them hand check, and then late in the fourth quarter, You start to call it. Oh, Soda flat-footed on the defense. And Oak Smith, all alone under the basket, scores. Comes up to Peterson. It's a 3-point game. Pete from the right elbow, no good. Finlinson with the rebound. Outside to Moldenhauer. Gets it over to Martinson. Moldenhauer, bring it back between the circles. Goes over to Browning. Browning to Finlinson. Finlinson pulls up with the right elbow, no good. Nalder down with the rebound. Nalder will push it right down the floor, right down the right side of the paint. Misses it. And the ball will go to Moldenhauer behind the back dribble. And there's a reach in by Horsley. One foul against Soda, and that's the first foul against Milan. The ball comes into Finlinson, 40-37, 3 minutes to go. Goes to Martinson, into Browning, to Peterson in the right corner. Dangerous pass out to Moldenhauer. Straight away, Finlinson on the left ankle. Finlinson guarded tightly by Brex Martinson. Moldenhauer on the right angle gets it up to Peterson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Comes into Martinson. 5 seconds. Martinson puts it up short off the rim. Finlinson down with the rebound. Puts it up no good. Rebound down to Malad. They can cut the lead to 1. Ball knocked away by Moldenhauer, but it goes right to Nalder. Nalder puts the shot up. And maybe Finlinson was fouled by Oak Smith. And that's his second. Soda ball, 2:15 to go. Goes across to Moldenhauer, back to Finlinson. Inside to Martinson, back to Peterson. 3-point shot, missed everything. And Browning right there put it up, and he was fouled. Now I have to just wait for him to post it. That's going to go against Willie. And that's Willie's second. Browning at the free throw line. Shot is up and good. Pretty free throw by Browning. He'll get one more. That's his first point. Moldenhauer checks out, and Miller checks back in. Browning for one more. Shot is up. Hits front ring, backboard, and drops in. 42-37, back to a 5-point lead. Ball comes into Willie. 2:05 to go in the ball game as Willie will bring it into the forecourt. Gets a pick, drives around the arc, down the right side. Kicks it back outside. 3-point shot is up, no good. And Peterson down with the rebound for the Card. Pete will push it into the forecourt against Horsley. Holds up 15 feet off the glass. Miller had it knocked away. Goes over to the right side. Willie pulls up and drops it in. Pretty shot by Willie. And timeout, Malad. Soda up by 3. A minute 34 to go in the ball game. It's 42-39. Soda. Landon Martinson has hit a 3 in this quarter and a 2. And Micaiah Browning is 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Got 8 points in this quarter by Malad, 4 by Bron Nalder. 35 seconds in the timeout. I'm really sure you needed to know that. 25 seconds. Soda huddled up down to my right and Malad to my left. Varsity game should be a humdinger. Both these teams come in dead even. 0-2 in the conference, both of them. Soda 0-8 on the season. Malad is not 0-8. They are 5-8, and Malad is 5-9 on the season. A minute 34 to go in the ball game. So does ball, 94 feet away. Peterson will inbound the ball. Finlayson waiting for it. Comes into Finlayson, back to Pete. Midcourt trap. They get it up to Martinson, over to Harrison. Comes back outside to Finlayson between the circles. Minute 20 to go. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Peterson in the corner to Harrison. 17 seconds. Finlayson straight away. Gets a pick. Pick and roll to Browning. Wasn't quite there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Peterson leans in. Rims out. Miller down with the rebound, and he was fouled. He will go back to the free throw line. He is 2 of 4 from the line. Has 12 points. And that foul was against Martinson, his third. Shot up by Miller. It's too hard. Off the back of the iron. The 6'7" junior is 2 of 5 from the free throw line. One more. Make it a 4-point lead. Shot is up and hit the backboard. And they said Miller was over the line. So Malad, with 1:03 to go in the ball game, can tie this with a 3. As Jones, good 3-point shooter, check in for Horsley. Stevens and Harrison check in for Soda. Miller checks out. 58 seconds. Willie over the left side to Butler. Just a freshman to Nalder. Back to Jones. Bounce pass to Willie. Had about a 24-footer. Butler drives and he was fouled. It's only the second foul on Soda. They still have 2 to give away. 42-39. That's what you want to do. Butler gets it in. Comes back outside to Willie. Willie up top between the circles. Ball comes over to Butler. 35 seconds. And Finlayson dives. Takes the ball away and Soda wants timeout. That was not a good timeout as Stevens had a layup on the other side with nobody there to pick him up. 31 seconds. Shot clock is off. Soda leads at 42-39. Trying to get a split. Malad won the C game 50-22. Soda leads the JV game 42-39. Miller is going to check back in. At least I think he did. He went down to the book. Moldenhauer will check back in. 5 seconds in the timeout. 31.2 seconds to go in the game. Soda leads it by 3, and they have the basketball. 42-39. Peterson will inbound the ball. Moldenhauer will wait for the inbounds pass, guarded by Willie. Moldenhauer at midcourt has the elbow against Willie. Willie, tough defense. They get the ball into Martinson, back to Moldenhauer. Soda can just burn the clock. Malad's got to foul him, and they foul Moldenhauer. This is his first free throws. He has 2 threes. You can make this a 2-possession game. That foul went against Willie. That's his third. Landon Moldenhauer, 5'10", sophomore. Shot is up. No good, off the back of the rim. Got to hit one of them. Finlayson comes in for defense. Checks in for Peterson. Stevens checks in for Miller. And Hansen set to check in. 22.2 seconds. Moldenhauer once again can make this a 2-possession game with 1 free throw. Set. Shot is up. That one's good. Moldenhauer has 7 points on the night, and he will check out. And Caleb Hansen will check in. 43-39. 20 seconds. Willie into the forecourt, and Malad wants timeout. 19 seconds. Well, that's what they do. They wait for the ball to come into the forecourt to call their timeout so they can have the inbounds pass in the forecourt. 43-39, a 4-point lead for the Cards. Once again, we got Will McCullough on the computer and the camera tonight. Appreciate Will. I should have had rotator cuff surgery back when I was about 19 years old. And it's kind of hard to hold my hand up there and work the camera with my right arm and then pick up my pen for the scoring as you watch the game. But I've got a really bad right shoulder. My kids played sports, but I told them, stick to the piano. You can still play the piano when you're my age, but you're not going to play any sports. I couldn't even roll the ball back to the mound. It is Martinson Brex to inbound the ball, fronted by Finlinson. Bounce pass comes into Willie. 15 seconds. 3-point shot. Karam is off. Martinson for Soda down with the rebound. Lead pass comes down to Stevens. Stevens is fouled by Butler. Matt will put Stevens at the free throw line. Stevens has 2 points on the night. This is his first free throws. Stevens, a 5'9" junior. That is up and no good. Randy Stevens was a really great slot back for the football team. Good receiver. That's a position I played. Appreciate that spot. Although I'll bet Randy's faster than I am. Misses the second one, 5 seconds. Martinson, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Ball knocked away by Hanson. And that's the buzzer. Final score, Soda wins it by 4. 43-39. Good job by the junior varsity. So we have a split. The C team loses big, 50-22. And the junior varsity come from behind. And they win 43-39. Soda put up 8 points in that quarter. And Malad put up 8 points in that quarter. It was the third quarter where Soda put up 18 points, outscoring the Dragons by 9. Give me a second to add up the scoring. We've got about 20 minutes before the start of the varsity. It's just after 7 o'clock on my watch. Mi reloj. So give me a minute and we'll go through some stuff. But let me add up the scoring for you as I have it. Hang with me, adding up the junior varsity scoring. I've got Malad done.